Hello happy gardeners, welcome back to Stinky Ditch Nursery. Well, we're not at Stinky Ditch Nursery, we're actually in my kitchen on account of a little tad of the agoraphobia. We've got Katie on camera, say hello Katie.
Hello.
And today we are showing you what happens with your ferns when you start growing them from spores, part 2, at last. People have been asking for this for quite some time. However, it takes the spores to do their thing. It takes a bit of time. I'm going to need my glasses for this. If you are also, and look, I repaired my glasses with some blue tape, but apparently they're still filthy, aren't they, Katie? Yeah, they are. She doesn't talk, she just does the thingy. Anyway, let's have a look in the boxes. If you want to know how I collected the spores from the ferns, refer to my last video. I'll put a link down below. I should learn how to do that, shouldn't I? Anyway, Katie, spin in. Let's show the people what's happened. I don't know what's going to... Let's have a look. So we put the spores onto the stuff. Everything had to be very, very sterile. And here we go. This is the sort of thing you'll have forming. Now, I haven't watered these at all since I put them in last. And if anyone follows my channel, they know I've been off the wall mental for the last 6-8 months. I can't remember when I planted these. It was September maybe, planted, put the spores in. But as you can see, there's still moisture in there. I gave them a good soaking initially. The box has got holes in the bottom, but nevertheless, they've started growing. Kate, can you spin in? Can you actually get that in focus at all? I should do some really nice close-up photos. The little yellow things underneath, they're roots growing down into the soil here. And on top of this, we've got the moss-like stuff that ferns need to be able to reproduce. First they grow this. I can't remember what it's called. So if you forget what it's called, don't feel bad about it. This is one of my things with gardening, the Latin names and everything. I remember some of them some of the time, and then I forget them completely. And I beat myself up about this so much, but it's not about that. It's about learning how to grow this stuff. Learning the Latin names and learning the proper name for everything is very handy, and I'm not saying it's not a good thing to have. But if you have struggled with that, I mean, I can't remember what I had for dinner today. My mind has been going very strange recently. But anyway, here we are. So let's open up another one. Let me show you another one. Katie, if you'd like to spin in, I'll open up another one. Because I did a few of these. There we go. Now this one is a little bit more mossy. See that it's... Can you get that on the camera, Katie?
I can see something.
You can, yeah, okay. But it's a bit more mossy. That's because it's a little bit behind in its growth. See these, they seem to have sort of taken on some form. They look a little bit like liverwort or something. But that will happen to this eventually. You just have to wait. So if that's happened, don't worry too much about it. Let's open up another one. Oh, now this one has not done so well. As I said in my initial videos, you've got to be really sterile with this sort of stuff, and this has not done so well. So I'm going to pop the lid back on that, and well, we'll see what happens to it. That's it. So anyway, that is where we are with our growing ferns. This is part 2 of growing ferns. Part 3 will be when we take the little new ferns that will grow out of this. I explained in the last video that ferns actually have eggs and sperm. And at the point they're at the moment in their growth process, I'm leaving out all the complicated words here. Well, they're not complicated. You know what I'm trying to say. But at the moment, as long as it's moist, the sperm and the eggs will find each other, and small ferns will start growing out of this mossy stuff. That's when we want to start planting them up individually or doing something with it. Until now, we just check they're moist. If they're starting to dry out a bit, because they've got holes in the bottom, you could just put them on a plate of water and the water will suck itself up into the thing. That's probably the best way to do it. But until now, we're just going to leave the lids on these, and we are going to keep them at the back of the greenhouse. They've been at the back of the greenhouse for several months. And I've done nothing to them, and all they've done is they've started growing, and that's how you get your ferns growing. Part 2, part 3 to come. Hopefully, I'll be able to do that. Anyway, it's been Robbie Phoenix down at Stinky Ditch Nursery, or rather in the kitchen due to agoraphobia. Thank you for watching, and Katie, don't stop yet. And anyone that's been trying to get hold of me, sorry, I wanted to do that first because a lot of people are watching the video just to see the ferns and they're not interested in the rest of it. Well, madness. But the madness has been strong. The madness has been strong. I still need to, I had a little bit of clarity about a month ago, did a couple of videos, and hopefully I'll be doing a few more soon. But it's very much up and down. A lot of people have been trying to get in contact with me. Lots and lots and lots of people. And all the messages that I had off the last video, I'm without words. It's so kind of everyone to be so kind. It really is. And I will get back to every single person. It's just I've not been well again, have I, Katie? She's shaking her head. No. And anyway, so hopefully on the road to recovery, and that's how you do your ferns. Everyone I'm trying to get hold of, Neil, I will message you. Sarah, Jochen, both of you. My aunt in Canada, Jane, crikey. I got so many people to message back. It's so embarrassing, going mad. But there we go. I won't go on about it anymore. Happy gardening! And that's it.